Hey, how's it going? It's Walsh here, sick as always. Welcome to episode 8 of the Secrets of the Atlas League here on Ruthless SSF. I hope you had a great weekend. I have been farming a lot. I've been having a great time with the Crackling Lance character. I will say, though, this build is definitely not for everyone just because self-casting is so weak and vulnerable, but I'm having a great time with it. We got a lot of progress done. I hope you enjoy the video, and I'll see you near the end. So far, the only thing I'm terrified of is mercenaries. As you can see there, I was completely full health, full mana, and he still one-shot me. There's so many mechanics with them where it's just like you either dodge this or instantly die. Obviously, it's just important to learn those mechanics, but it can be frustrating sometimes. Anyway, I did finally get my first boss, which is pretty awesome. Not only did it give me a couple horizons, but we got our first beachhead, which is... I mean, it's good. I'm happy I got the first beachhead, but at the same time, I was kind of just hoping for a tier 13. Anyway, the only unique we really want is the belt, and funny enough, we actually got the piece. Now, granted, the odds of getting the other two pieces are incredibly small, but now that we have one, I'm kind of tempted just to keep Harbinger on forever, just to see if I could get it. Because there are a few builds that, like, if I could get the belt for, they would be so much better than normal. Anyway, though, from that beachhead, we also got a tier 15, which is pretty awesome. That's my first one. And now we're up to 29%, which is pretty sick. So far, I haven't had any DPS issues. My gem is only level 19. And I did actually thoroughly look on POB and check stuff out. I know I talked about this a little bit before. But yeah, basically on a 4-link with the Crest of Desire. Kind of like a really good 4-link, bordering on 5-link. I did run into the new NPC. I have not read any of the patch notes or anything like that. I have skimmed over some of the gem changes and nothing else. So I have no idea what the whole memory thing is. I did find one of the new memory strand items, so I figured I'd like try crafting on it just to see what happened. But first, I got a pretty decent 6-socket. Figured I'd throw some fusings on it, but no luck. Decided to try to mess around with the little like memory strands item. I'm not really sure what it does, but by reading it, I'm assuming it's kind of just like, it gives you a better, it consumes stuff obviously like it says, and I'm assuming when it consumes the strands, it gives you a chance of like better mods or whatever. But other than that, I don't think it does a whole lot. Now, granted, like having a way to have a slightly better odds is always really good, but other than that, I don't think it does a whole lot. Maybe I just got very unlucky, or maybe there's more to it, but either way, even if it's just like what I thought it was, it's still really cool. I'm glad they're adding new stuff for crafting. I did try to vow and corrupt the map, which I was successful, but I had to abandon the map. 70% of life as extra ES on top of everything else is just way too much for this character. Oh my god, I got Herald of Ice. I am trying very hard not to reroll. I love this character, but I have like everything perfect for Glacial Hammer. But I'm gonna stick with this character. I'd really like to try and fight the my first two Watchstones with this build just to see how it performs. I will say though, I am in desperate need of a cast speed weapon. Cast speed is absolutely everything when you're self-casting. As you can see there, I got a really nice amulet, but unfortunately I have absolutely no Regal Orbs, so can't really craft it yet, but honestly, it's nice just to have gear sitting in your stash, desperately waiting for a Regal. It just gives you something to look forward to. Anyway, just doing some low tier mapping, just chilling for a little while, trying to figure out my next move. I was thinking of just, oh, of course it crashes. Well, we got a Kirak at least. I was thinking of just like farming Kiraks for a while, but I changed my mind. And now for the hardest choice of the league so far, a tier 14 Untainted Paradise or a tier 15 completion. Obviously, I took the completion, but I was really tempted. It easily would have given me my level here, and it probably would have given me like 40 to 50% of the next level, which is absolutely incredible. But I mean, at this stage in the game, completions are just way too important. Anyway, got some more +1. We need one more point, and then we're finally done. And wouldn't you know it, Kirak has 3 different maps I could choose from. Obviously, I chose the highest tier map because why wouldn't you? So yeah, I mean, we've already confirmed it 1,000 times, but yeah, just to reiterate once again, Kirak, Kirak, Kirak. Take Kirak. He's still amazing. All you have to do now is just take like one Kirak node. That's all I have, and he's already gonna do work for you. My tier 15 dropped to tier 16, which is awesome. That's actually my first one, and hopefully the Val doesn't get too hard. But I mean, this map by itself was pretty juiced up. I got several maps, and I got some really nice support gems, which is always nice. I'm a little concerned with the rules on this tier 16. Not only is he going to be getting frenzy charges, but he also has a random ghost, and a lot of the ghosts just make the enemies too fast. And if you're playing a true self-cast character like this, the scariest thing in the world is just a really fast, heavy-hitting enemy, because there's really nothing you can do about it. I think what would be best for this character... Oh my god, Magnate. Wait, what? Oh my god, dude, I'm trying so hard not to reroll. But the thing is, like, I think if you were gonna go like more defensive on this character, you would ideally like to convert some of your lightning damage to cold. That way you could chill or freeze enemies. Unfortunately, I did fail the map, but I got so close. If I wouldn't have died once or twice doing some rippy stuff before the boss, I would have had it. But it is what it is. Sometimes you fail and you just gotta keep going. Luckily, though, we did get another completion, and the game took pity on me, and it did drop a couple maps I need. And now we're at 30% maps found, so now I can just go ahead and start blocking stuff on my tree, which is fantastic. Now, in Ruthless, blocking stuff doesn't increase the chance of you getting mechanics. Blocking stuff just gives you a better chance when a mechanic does spawn, it's a mechanic you want. Also, I got my first four-wing blueprint, which is fantastic. I really am like, it's so weird. I still feel weird about saying this, but I'm really looking forward to every time I see a heist. I'm also seeing Harbingers a lot more now, which is fantastic. And as you can see here, my Orbs of Horizon are doing incredible work. Just like that, not only did I get one completion, I got three. And these are the last three tier 13s I need. So obviously, Kirak has given me more completions. But I mean, Harbinger's given me like, what, five? 4 or 5 by now? Counting these three, it's probably like 6 or 7, which is pretty fantastic. Anyway, got through these maps no problem. My single target DPS feels fantastic. And the only weird thing about this character, of course, we're self-casting, and self-casting is one of the weakest ways to play PoE. I mean, granted, there are some skills that, like, you're self-casting that are the exception to that because they're so powerful, but, like, a true skill where you're standing still, aiming at something and casting, it's very hard to stay alive without having, like, really high block chance or just ridiculous mitigation, which obviously I don't have. I mean, I could see a world where, like, you try to play Crackling Lance, and instead of going for all the mana stuff, you just go for a bunch of auras. I think that would be really nice. I even thought about re-rolling this as a Hierophant, but I really wanted to play it this way just because I thought it'd be fun, and I just wanted to. Obviously, I'm pretty sure this new quest line leads you to, like, a new big boss or whatever, but I'm not really sure, like, if it unlocks anything from my tree or anything like that, but I'm hoping it does. More game crashes, which is always very fun. Luckily, though, the boss still died and we got the completion. Now I'm working on blocking stuff like I already showed you, but the game kept crashing, so I couldn't show you what I blocked. I'm basically blocking almost all mechanics, but anyway, I don't know what's going on with these memories, but almost every time I run one, I actually get a scouting report, which is pretty funny. I fought the baby Cyrus, and I got a key rack, funny enough. I'm going to tell you right now, this boss was kind of a joke. If you've ever, like, fought real Cyrus, this fight is an absolute joke. It's so easy. Now, granted, I might change my mind if I'm playing, like, a ZDPS character, but, I mean, this character is not exactly, like, incredibly powerful or anything, but it got through it pretty well. Unfortunately, this boss was pretty brutal. Started off with, as you can see here, I could see nothing. I had no idea what was going on. I don't know what's happening. And luckily, we didn't die. This fight took literally 15 minutes. 15 minutes. I don't know if my character is just dog shit or if this is like the highest HP boss I've ever seen outside of like Ubers. But yeah, it took a very long time. I was pretty shocked because like I think right now my POB is like 600k DPS, 700k, which obviously in bench league is like laughably bad. But if you looked at a lot of my characters I've played, 600 DPS is or 600k DPS is pretty nice. I'm not complaining. But that fight was miserable. I will say though, I really like the idea of like you position the statues to like block some of the like the abilities and stuff like that. At first, the fight seemed very overwhelming, but once you actually look at what's going on, it's actually kind of an easy fight, and he doesn't actually do that much damage. So for this character, the main thing I need is a weapon, also double damage over time multiplier. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but it's pretty funny. But yeah, I don't know what the next step for this character is besides just getting levels. I think I might need to chill down on pushing my high tiers so often. Ooh, face breakers. Will they be trash? Please. Oh, they're dead. They are very dead. Anything below 780 is completely dead. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this character. I kind of want to just like do a bunch of tier 10s, tier 11s, tier 12s, and just focus on getting some XP. But like, it's so hard for me to do that because I'm so close to getting my watchstones. Which, granted, I'm not really sweating rushing my watchstones or anything like that. But if I did get them, it would just feel so nice. Oh my god, that was an insane roll. Only 41%. What the hell? For some reason, this keeps happening. I'll like kill a map boss and my map device pops up. I have absolutely no idea why. Went and did the next quest mission. I did start this map corrupted and rare, but it rolled too hard, so I couldn't run it. But I mean, it just is what it is. Funny enough, though, the next map I killed actually dropped the same map, so I could get the completion later. And once again, went and did the next quest, and we dropped a singular scouting report, the very first one I found this league. Fought the boss. This boss was kind of scary. Until I learned all the mechanics, he was pretty terrifying because he does so much damage. And he actually dropped a pretty damn good bow, to be honest with you. Granted, it's not like the perfect like base or anything, but I am not complaining. There's a part of me that kind of wants to like re-roll and make a Pathfinder or a Deadeye just to do some really fast mapping and do some strongbox farming, but I'm not gonna do that yet. This boss was only really hard because, as you saw in the beginning, I had the black screen. I couldn't see anything at all. But once I could see, the boss was totally fine, kicked his ass, and he dropped a really nice unique. I actually slapped it on, and to be honest with you, it's kind of awesome. It gives me a lot of damage and a lot of mitigation. We dropped our very first memory map, completed another tier 14, and now that we've blocked everything we want to block, I can finally start taking Alva nodes. Unfortunately, we got like the worst ring possible, but hey, it is what it is. Uh, no, they're both. You know what? Actually, I'll take them. I was gonna say they're trash, but like I plan on trying to do some like cluster jewel stuff this league, so I might as well take them all, I guess. Anyway, so far the league is going pretty well, and pretty happy with my progress. Hey, made this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, I really do appreciate it. I am level 84, 13% of the way to 85. I have been doing a lot of dying, but on the bright side, I've gotten a bunch of completions. We're at 93, currently at 98 points. I have 30% increased maps found, which is insane, 76% chance for +1, and of course, I've blocked all the mechanics I don't want to see. Obviously, Harvest is not going to stay blocked forever, but while I'm a really well, I'm not really squishy, but like being a self-caster without like 1 mil plus DPS is pretty brutal for Harvest in higher tier. And plus, I'm trying to level up, and Harvest can make me die. Other than that, coming up here, the next 4 points are going to Alva, and then probably the next 4 points after that are also going to Alva, but it really depends. 8 points is a lot, but I mean, it's incursion. What do you want from me? I have all the Harbinger nodes, and so far, Harbinger has been great. I've been using my Horizons all the time, already working towards another Harbinger shard. I mean, orb. I'm pretty far from a fracturing shard, but it's pretty cool to stock them up. I still have my singular scouting report saved up, so I'm waiting until I have a key recognition of every color. But I might just crack it open because I think I have one unique map, which granted is still a risk, because I might just hit it, but I don't know. I might just risk it. In terms of currency, I am pretty poor. I do have some chance orbs saved up, which is pretty nice. I could always switch some regrets to Alex if I really need to, but I don't want to do that. Nice stockpile of Val Orbs. I'll definitely be wasting those. I'm going to try and hold off on using my Jewelers and Fusings for as long as I can, because it feels like every time I like mass use them, it takes me forever to get more, so I'm just going to chill, not use them for as long as I can. My gem is level 19, working towards 20. I do have a backup leveling up. If I could somehow get this gem to 21, that would be, I don't know, man, that'd be ridiculous. I am using the Servant of Decay. I'm probably not going to use it for very long, but maybe I will. Not only is the damage mitigation really nice because they're taking the damage for you, but it actually gives me a ridiculous amount of damage just because Crackling Lance has such a nice effectiveness. Granted, 165 is not crazy, but when you look at all like the more damage I'm getting per intensity, it really does add up. But even with this armor on, I am res capped, and actually a positive chaos res with it on, which is pretty sick, because chaos is usually one of the biggest things that kills me. Granted, the number one thing that kills me is just, mercenaries, but whatever. My map pool is looking really nice. I got a bunch of tier 12s just chilling here, some 13s and 14s. As far as completions go, I'm done all my 11s, all my 12s, and all my 13s. I need 2 more 14s, 2 more 15s, and then just all the 16s, and I'm done. Anyway, though, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had an awesome weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.